everyone, welcome to online class. In the previous class we have seen the sense of smell, and in this class we are going to study the sense of sight and hear. Sight is a divine sense we got from God. We can see the wonderful world through our eyes, and this is by the sense sight and the sense organ eye. And today we can start our class with an activity. Okay, are you ready for that activity? And for that you need a companion. It may be your father, mother, your brother, sister, even your friend also. Are you ready with your friend? Then we can start the game. Tell your friend to stand to your right and cover your right eye with your right hand and ask him to do something with his hands. Something with his hands, either waving the hand or something. And you just look by closing your eye what he is doing. Can you tell what he is doing without taking your hand back? Now you do one thing, you remove your hand from your eye and you look and observe what he is doing. Now can you see what he is doing? Exactly, I think you can see it well. The same process you can repeat it with a coin which is tossing, and if you are doing it with one eye closed, is it difficult? Obviously it may be difficult. Why is it difficult? Because in human beings we have two eyes, and our eyes are in front of our head, right? And we have eyeballs. Can you see eyeballs? Yes, we can actually move these eyeballs into different angles, right? If you need to look into right side, you can move to right. If you need to look it into left side, you can move your eyeball into left and then into up and down. Your eyeballs or human beings' eyeballs are placed in such a way that you can move into different angles or into different positions, but to some extent only. Why? Because we can move our eyeballs into left, right or something, left, right, up and down up to some extent. Why? Because even though our eyeballs are free to move, they are connected with muscles, and these muscles help the movement of this eyeball only to some extent. That's why we can look to right, left or up and down up to some extent only. And if we need to look into right side, we should have to turn our head, right? So even though our eyeballs are free to move only up to some extent, that means our eyeballs are attached with muscles. Then what about birds? Is it just like us? Is it in front of their head? In some birds, their eyes are situated in front of their head, just like in human beings. But in most of the birds, their eyes are situated on either side of their head, just like in the position of our ear. How can you see? You just think it and you write it, okay? Okay, then in the case of birds, I told you already, their eyes are situated on either side of their head. And one more peculiarity is also there in their case. In most of the birds, their eyeballs are fixed. But in the case of human beings, our eyeballs, we can move our eyeballs, right? But in the case of birds, they cannot move. Some birds can move, okay? And most of the birds cannot move their eyeballs. As a result, it is fixed. And if the bird need to see on to the right side or to the left side, it should have to rotate its head. That's why the birds move their head often. So in the case of human beings, we have movable eyeball which is attached to muscles, and we can move to some extent even without moving our head. But in the case of birds, their eyeballs are fixed, so they should have to move their head often in order to see to right, left, up or down. I told you already, there are birds which are having their eyes just like human beings, which are placed in front of their head. Can you tell an example for a bird which are having their eyes placed in front of their head? Yes, you're right, it's owl. Owl's eyes are in front of their head, and even though their eyes are in front of their head, their eyeballs are fixed. So what this bird will do? And the owl has a peculiarity. Do you know what is its peculiarity? It can move its head at an angle of 270 degree. That means a circle has how much degree angle? 360 degree, right? So 270 means around a circle. It can move around a circle. Not exactly a circular motion, but even it can rotate its head up to 270 degrees centigrade. And it can see easily. I think it's clear, right? And what about the color of vision? See, and one more thing is also there. See, we human beings can focus only one thing, whereas in the case of birds, though their eyes are kept on both sides, they can concentrate on two things at a time. That means if it is in the right and the left, they can concentrate both. And if they are moving their head into front or keeping it straight, the eyes, they can focus into a common object. And what about the vision of animals? And do all the animals can see the things just like us? What's your opinion? Do all animals can see just like us? And the scientists explained that all the animals cannot see as we can see. Next question is sleeping or waking. I think you have noticed that during winter seasons, the lizards in your home, no, they may be disappeared to somewhere else. You can't see them for a longer time. Where they are going? Actually, they are going for a deep sleep. Some animals are going into a deep sleep during a particular season. And this process of going into a deep sleep in a particular season is known as hibernation. And the animals which are going for a deep sleep, no, you cannot see them for even months. There are different examples. There are many examples just like turtle, etc. So hibernation is a process of a deep sleep, going for a deep sleep at certain months or in a particular season. And why they are doing so? Do you know sloths? A sloth, no. In a day, actually it slept for about 14 hours. That means most of a day it is sleeping and it is spending much time for sleeping. The lifespan of the sloth is about 40 years. In between that 40 years, how many hours then a sloth will sleep? You just find it out and fill in the column. In page number 11, it is exhibited the sleeping time of different animals, and you compare and you write the sleeping time of each animal in proper places. Then about the animal tiger. See, tiger is one of the most alert animal. See, the tiger can use its whiskers in order to sense the vibrations or the movements of its prey. So this whisker helps them to find its prey on dark itself. That much sensitive whiskers it has. And also the tigers can make different types of noises. If they need to call its tigress, it will make a particular sound, and if it find its prey, it will make another type of noise. Likewise, and the sounds may vary to different situations. And its sound, the roaring of a tiger, can be heard up to 3 kilometers away. A tiger can see 6 times better than us at night. And the tiger's hearing capacity is that much sharp. It can differentiate the sounds of leaves, the rustling sounds of leaves, and also the movement of a prey or an animal through the leaves. It can differentiate both the rustling and also if it is the movement of an animal through the leaves also, it can differentiate both. That much sharp its hearing capacity is. And it also can move its ears into different directions, so it can catch the movements, or it can sense the movements easily. And each tiger has its own area, and that area is marked with its urine, just like what a dog will do to mark its area. Same way, the tigers are marking their area with its urine. And if this tiger come to know that in that area one tiger is there, or is the area of another tiger, it may leave from there and it may occupy its own position or area. Even though this much alert animal is tiger, and today also tigers are in very danger. This is because many animals including tiger are killed by the human beings in order to get different products from them. Just like an elephant is killed to get its tusk, and the tiger and the crocodile are killed in order to get their skin. Do you know that many animals including tigers, crocodiles, snake, elephant, rhinoceros, etc. are killed in order to get and sold their body parts. An elephant is killed to get its tusk. A rhinoceros is killed to get its horn. And the crocodile, snake and tigers are killed for their skin. So the people who are hunting the animals for their body parts or for different purposes are known as poachers or hunters. And our government has established many protective measures in order to save them from this type of hunting. Such a protection area for the tiger is the Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand and Ghana in Rajasthan, etc. You can find out more examples for the protective areas of tigers. Find it out and tell me. And such areas, the hunting or poaching is highly restricted and nobody can enter into that area. Now the sense of hearing. We people are blessed with every senses. We can see, we can hear, we can taste everything. That means we people are so much blessed. When we talk about the sense of hearing, we should have to talk about the aid or the sense organ which help us to hear. That's nothing other than our ear. Ear in human beings are placed at our two sides, left and right sides. But I think you can see our ears, right? I have covered my ears so you couldn't see. But obviously we can see our ears, right? That means the external ears, which is known as pinna. We can see the external ear known as pinna. We have studied it from 4th standard, right? But in the case of most of animals, can you see pinna or outer ear? In most cases, in most animals, you couldn't see. Because in most of the animals, the ear may be present as a dot or a small hole. That much smaller will be their outer ear. In some cases, it may be only a hole. Okay, so you couldn't see. So you can't see it properly. And there are animals who are having ears bigger than us. Example, I think you can see the ear of an elephant. It is bigger than our ear, right? Likewise, many animals are there, but in most cases, you can't see an outer ear or the pinna of animals as big. And their small holes or their small ears are covered with some feathers. So it's very difficult to see their external ear. And I'll give you a work to do. Okay, you find out 10 animals whose ears can be seen. And again, you write 5 animals whose ears are bigger than us. So do that 2 works. Okay. Have you seen the movement of snake? How it is moving? I think it's moving in a wave-like motion, right? But have you seen the ears of a snake? Or can you see? Obviously not. They don't have external ears. They feel or they are sensing the movement through vibrations. For example, if you are tapping on a desk, if and keeping your ear close to the desk, you can hear some vibrations, right? Such type of vibrations on the earth can be sensed by snakes. That's the way they are identifying the presence of another organism. See, the langoose, no. The langoose also will make a special sound or a special voice to give messages among them. If there is any enemy, just like a leopard or tiger, they'll give this information. An enemy is coming or enemy is approaching us, they will pass a message through a special voice or a special voice message they are passing. And the langur identifies that some enemies are near to us, so we should have to leave from here. Likewise, they are passing the message through a particular sound or noise. And birds also make such sounds in order to give message to their companion birds that some enemies are coming or some enemies are near to us. So they should have to change their direction according to that voice or that sound. Some animals are behaving in a different way when they know an earthquake or a storm is coming. They'll make a particular or a different noises. By understanding this one, the people living on that area can identify the particular sounds and they can shift from there. And one such incident occurs in Andaman Island in December 2004. See, the animals living on that area, they made different types of noises, or they are disturbed with something and they made a particular noise or a particular sound. And the people or the tribe people living on the forest, they understood that something is going to happen and some problems are there. So they shifted from there to another place. And after that, a big tsunami occurs there. And all the people, due to their timely shifting, escape from that tsunami. And the dolphins also make different sounds in order to communicate among them. They make a particular sound for communication. So scientists believe that most of the birds or animals are making their own language through sounds. So they are making a particular language, or their conversation is occurring through that particular sound or through that voice message. Actually, they are passing information through voice messages. So a small suggestion I need to give you is to try to live environment friendly. And this is the end of today's class. Hope all of you are clear with the topic. Meet you with another video. Until then, it's bye and thank you for watching.